won't load. I don't know if it's going to load. Welcome, everybody.
Hi,
I might have
everybody.
to edit that in there. We're just going to pause. Wow. The intro wouldn't load.
It wouldn't be our show if we weren't having technical difficulties of some kind.
It really wouldn't. It really would not. I don't know. That was weird.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for joining Naughty Narratives, episode 15.
We are going over Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. If you were here not last week, but the time before, you know that we read Lights Out first. What did you think of this one?
It wasn't as funny as Lights Out, and I think that's why everybody hates it.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I still liked it. I thought overall it was a really good book. She's an amazing author, but it's not nearly as funny. However, Nona will always have a special place in my heart.
Nona is like the best character out of the entire book. I freaking loved her.
She really is. Absolutely. She was amazing. And to be fair, this book had a lot more serious undertones than Lights Out did. So it was a lot harder to have those comedic moments.
That's
and
true.
when they were there, they were freaking hilarious. So.
Oh my god, yeah. It had me laughing a couple different times, especially today. I feel like we got a little more of that towards the end of the book.
For sure. For sure. I don't think I would have advertised this as a dark romantic comedy as much as just a dark romance, and then the comedic elements that are in it are just in it. Because there wasn't as much comedy.
No. But with that being said, I don't think she deserves all the hate that she's getting. Still, after reading that, I was surprised by the mass amount of hate that the book's getting, because I really liked it, honestly.
I really loved it too. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it deserves the hate that it's getting. I think everybody was just expecting that same level of humor, but the book itself is just so good.
Right.
It doesn't need it.
No, I do love that we get to see bits and pieces of Allie and Josh all the way through the storyline, though.
That was so thankful.
One of my favorite parts, and I love that she still added the cats in there.
Yes, and I'm glad we got a new pet to fall in love with, Walter. I also loved Walter because I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, and me and Walter were buddies, right? Like, I totally got that.
I've definitely chased my dog down the hall multiple times with a different toy or underwear, whatever they decided to steal that day. So.
Yep. I've definitely had toys end up in my backyard.
That's dogs amazing.
No, because I had a super Mormon, super a-hole of a neighbor.
Oh no.
Who can see right into my backyard because his yard's up higher than mine. And there was a neon pink toy backyard.
That's so amazing. I don't think I told you. When we went to POW last weekend, we were all minding our own business, just kind of hanging out on the boats. And then all of a sudden, one of the kids yells, he goes, "There's a dildo in the water." And sure as shit, there was a fucking dildo at the bottom of fucking Lake Powell. So
I love it. Was it as big as what was her name? Why can't I think of her name now? Taylor.
And her floppy.
I love how Ryan was like, "That's not a weapon." She's like, "Oh, really?" And
I'm like, "You sure?"
Same. Girl. Same. Mm-hmm. That is a dangerous weapon.
Those things are solid, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you feel? I know we talked about this a little bit before going into it, because voyeurism is not really one of your things. So how did you kind of feel about the entirety of this book?
being about voyeurism. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was terrible. Maybe it was because it was just a book. And um I I've been aware that play clubs are a thing. I'm trying to find like the right words and I'm struggling. Like I've always
Mm-hmm.
known that play clubs were a thing. Probably not where we are. But um and I think that like consent among everybody was a little bit
Mm-hmm.
different and definitely added to like, okay, this is okay versus like I just like to have people watch. Like that's just
Right.
doing it on in public is just weird.
Agreed. Fully
So,
agree.
so.
I did like that aspect too. Because I did like that they even pointed it out that they were against the whole non-consensual.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciated that.
How did you feel about Junior? Because I know you kind of didn't like him in Lights Out.
I don't feel like in Lights Out we got a good enough feel of who he was fully. Like we had a couple funny moments with Josh, but I after the first chapter or so, I'd say I really liked him in this. I didn't like how much they how do I word this? There were moments of her that I did not appreciate because I thought that she was kind of overreacting to him and being like when she tases him in the back and that whole shebang goes down. I was just sitting there, like, why are you sitting there acting like he did this to you on purpose? You jumped on him and tased him. I would have thrown you into a fucking wall too. Like,
Right. The other thing was when the drunk guys come into Velvet and
mm-hmm.
he dislocates one of their shoulders and breaks the arm, and she's like, "That was too far. That I don't like violence." And
There's no violence allowed.
I'm like, girl, he has a point that they would have done much worse. He was protecting the people there. And
Yeah.
two, you know who he is.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, like even if he's trying to get out, whether you agree with it or not, you know who he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you've known him for pretty much his entire life. You know what he's grown up with. You know, with the mafia, your dad is a mafia boss as well. Let's not act like you didn't grow up in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there
Even
were
though
just
he was kind of like a
yeah.
distant, she was raised by her grandma, but still,
Mm-hmm.
like you were involved enough.
Yeah.
You saw enough of the mafia to know.
Well, I mean, you saw enough of his disappearances to think that things were just okay.
Right.
I don't know. I thought she didn't care about her dad either, just because in the beginning she doesn't really give any wording to say that she's like concerned about where he is or
Right. And then all of a sudden she's super upset that he's gone
mm-hmm.
and that Junior might have killed him.
Yeah.
Which was weird. Um I thought it was kind of funny that we don't see a little bit more of Josh in as far as like Junior hiring him to keep her safe on the internet.
Yeah, I was a little taken aback by that too because I thought that he would play a little bit of a bigger part with that, like
It's just
filtering her
protecting her.
DMs in a way or something.
Right. I mean, he's a tech genius. The whole cannibal thing didn't have to be a thing.
No, not at all. Which that really caught me off guard for a second when I read that. I was like, "Oh my god, that ew."
You know it happens.
It's got to, but it's just
Ew, yeah, gross.
disturbing. Yeah,
Not something that you thought about in the moment, and
no,
then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's probably a lot more common than you'd think. Makes me wonder
yeah,
what kind of research Nevessa does for these books.
I know. And some of the stuff that she writes, because watching her TikTok videos, I mean, obviously you can tell that she's the author behind the book, but she doesn't fully give off this like smutty vibe by any means, So it's kind of funny, I feel like, to get these types of stories out of somebody when that's not what they normally emanate.
Right. What did you think about Tyler?
I was shocked.
Oh, I fucking called it as soon as
did you act?
Yes, when he was talking to Junior at the engagement party, and he's like, "What do you do again?" And he's like, "Imports," and he's like, "Oh, I'm in finance." I was like, "This bastard's the bookie." He said it just the way he said it. I was like, "It's fucking him."
Not even the thought didn't even cross my mind. Did not even occur to me, and I was pretty shocked when I read it.
Well, because I had suspicions before that, because they talk about how this bookie's real old school, doesn't do anything with computers, and I was like, that's because he knows Josh. Like, I was like, that's why. And I was like, it's gotta be Tyler. And then when they had that little exchange at the engagement party, I was like, confirmed.
That's hilarious. I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, it was like the one I was like, well, because I had suspicions that Tyler was a little more intelligent than we thought he was in Lights Out.
You did, yep.
And so maybe I was already casting that out there, but it makes me think that Tyler for sure knew when he hooked Josh and Allie up. He's too smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's too smart.
I'm also curious because I know she said that she's writing a third book. I'm curious if the third book, I have two theories. It'll either be about him and Stella, or it'll be about Stefan, because we know jack shit about Stefan.
Who would you prefer it be about?
I don't know. I think Tyler could be fun. That could be interesting, just because we have, what is the word? Preconceived feelings about him, so that one could be interesting. And then I think that Stefan could be fun too, though, because Junior thinks he's just going to disappear for
months,
God knows how long. Yeah. And I think it could be kind of fun to see what he's actually doing, because it sounds like he's smarter than anybody was really giving him credit for.
For sure. I mean, he found Tyler. Mm-hmm. I like Stefan as a character. He's funny. It could be Alec too, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because Alec keeps going to church, and Junior thought that was weird.
It would be interesting if it ended up being about Moira and Nick.
Mm-hmm.
That one would be. I would read that still. About all their couples counseling and him being a mafia boss. Yeah.
I'd read the shit out of that. And he's such a dick, but I like that Junior was like, there was a moment where I saw the real him, where he realized that he fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's hope for him yet.
Yeah.
Very little hope, but hope for him yet.
He's definitely going to be an enemies to lovers, I feel like.
Yeah. Be different. I don't know. He's one of those characters where it's just hard to tell how I feel about it, because he was such an ass in book 1 and 2. So
he really was. I mean, God, some of the shit the stuff that he says and the way that he doesn't register who's around him is wild. Like, she wrote that really well. I really liked being able to feel him in his anger.
Right, and then the realization of fucking there's others around.
Yep.
So
yep.
I do like that Lauren eventually forgave Junior for the shit that happened in high school.
I agree.
I mean, it was shitty, yeah, but he did have a decent enough reason. I mean, he got his ass kicked out of him, and they're only like, what, 18, 19? You do 17, 18?
Mm-hmm.
You do whatever the fuck dad tells you at that point.
I mean, yeah, you think about somebody's dad approaching you and kicking the shit out of you as a 17-year-old kid. You're probably a foot shorter than them, or, there's just things that you think about. And
well, and then to go to your dad and be like, yo, this guy kicked my ass, and he's like, could have been worse.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you're like, oh, you're a dick. Cool, thank you.
Yeah, I really liked when everybody went after him. I liked that Moira pushed him out of his chair. I liked that Lo tasered his ass.
I love that Josh had to turn and gag when that happened. It was just so on brand. I was like, oh, thank God we still, like, it was like, because it was just like that brief moment of he's getting tased, and then Josh had to leave and go throw up, and I was like, facts. That made me laugh really hard.
It made me laugh too. I thought it was really funny afterwards when Junior was saying that he there was a sentence, he says something along the lines of, I remembered who his dad was, and I now no longer want to know why he has that
problem with cooked meat.
And I was like, you know who his dad is. There's no way you haven't thought about things like this. I would if I was friends with somebody like that.
I love when Junior mentions that he threatened her, and Josh like turns, he did what now? And Allie's like, shh. Because that's what I imagined. I mean, that's not how the book describes it, but that's how I imagined, is her just going, shh. It's okay. Like,
yep. Well, and when she has to walk away with him and then come back and be like, we're good now. And she looks at him as if he's like this toddler that she has to restrain.
I also love that first family dinner when they pull up and Josh is like, let me go get my fiance, and runs around and shoots her hand up in the air. And I was like, ooh, they're insufferable, but I love it.
I also really enjoyed with this one how fluid everybody was with their sexuality and their openness with it. I think it was fun to have a different perspective of things, where I feel like normally the relationship is being hidden, which it still is in this, but we see them go to these public places and, do these things together. I thought that was a fun new aspect to it. I enjoyed it.
Right. What did you overall feel about Velvet? Because that's like the biggest part of the book, right?
I have mixed feelings about it, because part of me, like, I don't know, and maybe it's because we're from Utah, so I just didn't really realize that places like that existed. I'm sure that they do, but I think it would be cool to see something like that. I don't know. I did enjoy it being in the book. I liked that they detailed every different room, and that there were different rooms, and they went into their disclosure agreements and stuff like that. I liked all the detail that she added to it.
It makes it feel like a safe place and super respectful. And my knowledge of play clubs is pretty limited, but I do know that not all of them would be like that, right? There's not always a good thing out there. But I really love how respectful of everything Navessa Allen was about the play clubs, about sex workers, about all of it. She was super, super respectful and made it a part of the story without ever bashing it.
She did a really, really good job. I really liked it. I kept picturing, I don't know if you've seen Magic Mike, the XXL, the second one, but that play club or playhouse that they go to, that's what I kind of kept picturing, because I feel like that one's a little more respectful for the most part, and maybe that's just because there's only like 4 guys there, but that's what I kept referring it to or relating it to. I don't know though. I did enjoy it.
I did too, and that aspect of it, the sex work and play club part of it, I think is a huge reason why it couldn't be as funny. Is because making fun of something is the easiest joke to make, but she obviously didn't want to do that, and she did a really good job of not doing that.
I agree.
She did make fun of religion, which I thought was hilarious. But not everybody would see it that way.
I thought that was so fucking funny when she was saying that she was possessed by a fucking nun.
Yes, the confessional booth was the funniest scene. How both of them were like, "I'll never look at baseball the same again," and I was like, "That is so funny." And Nona, I loved her.
Mm-hmm. I see you decided to take my advice. She just knows.
This freaking 80-year-old, just amazing woman. She's so 50 years and one penis.
I was gonna say she had one liner in there that really just that was it.
Which is my future, but like still so funny. Amazing. Oh my lord, I loved it. I loved every freaking second of anything Nona was in. She was just so funny. I also love that Junior was so protective of her for 10 years. He was doing things to help her get by in such small, little, nuanced ways. And then he was like, "Do I love her?" It's like, you don't know, like, bro?
No shit, Sherlock.
You emotionally constipated man. What do you mean?
I mean, I guess in fairness, with who his dad is, it's not
fair.
Deep. But still, I mean, that's what I kind of wish that she would give him a little more credit for, is that, like, yes, maybe he did keep tabs on you over the last 10 years, and that's a little weird. I'm not going to dismiss that, but he made your life better. He didn't do anything to harm you. It's been 10 years. If the man was going to kill you, he would have done it by now.
Also, for her to be like, none of my achievements were my own. He didn't make it so they weren't your achievements. He just pushed the ball a little. It's nothing. No more than your own money would have gotten you.
No, exactly.
No. But I loved it. I don't know why people hated it so much. I thought it was funny in areas and serious when it needed to be. I loved Taylor's character.
I loved the roommates overall, like both of them, Ryan and Taylor. I thought they were fucking hilarious, for one. And I liked that they always sat down and talked everything out. I liked that they were more than willing to go with her. They knew damn well she was going to get railed in an old fucking arcade, and they still were like, yeah, let's go.
Yes, bitch, get some. Yeah. Also, I'm armed just in case.
Yep.
True friends. True friends. Mm-hmm. I love that Taylor managed to dip out every time it was her turn to make dinner, because that would be me.
I know. I thought that was fucking funny too. I also really enjoyed that he had the thought to steal her journal back and to make Kelly go down for all the horrible shit she did.
Right?
I loved his character so much more in that moment.
I just thought of another couple that could be the third book. Ryan and Ben.
It could be. That's true. I guess it could be Taylor and Jackson too, but we don't really hear as much.
Yeah, we don't hear much. I mean, we didn't hear much about Junior either.
No, that's fair.
So, Nefessa, give us a hint.
No. I'm excited for the third one.
Me too.
Really liked these two.
I mean, Lights Out, I loved, I think, a little bit more just because of the amount of humor.
Yeah.
But I liked Caught Up because of the writing.
I agree. I also liked the way that I don't know, I feel like because it was so sexually open, it just felt okay to be that way, and I liked that about this book.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't have very many complaints about it, which is crazy because it's pretty hated for a book too.
I know. And going through it, I kept thinking, like, maybe I'm going to come across a spot that's just not as good, but I didn't throughout the entire thing. I marked through the entire thing too.
I don't know. People always get their panties in a bunch.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm hoping that we get to see Josh and Allie's wedding in the next book.
That would be adorable.
Since they're engaged. I also hope that I don't know that we'll get to see it at any point, but I would like to see them have kids.
Or at least a kid.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Just because of the way they act. They're so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, we get to see how they'd be parents to their cats, so.
Which cracks me the hell up. Like when they were arguing about, I think it was in the epilogue, when they were arguing about letting them come outside on the catio for family dinner. Stop making me feel like a bad cat
mother.
Mom.
Yeah, stop making me feel like a bad mother.
You know they're just gonna cry the whole time.
Me. Literally me. Oh my gosh. I also love that Josh made Junior help him put the catio together. He was like, I spent one awful hot weekend out here putting this together so Fred and Maude could be wild.
I know, I think it's funny that he acts like he kind of low-key hates everything, but he doesn't. He actually genuinely loves it.
Right. Just like the cats. The cats aren't sure whether they like him or love him, but they love him, and he's just, because he's unsure, they're unsure.
They're plotting.
I also love that scene where Josh chases them freaking around in the middle of a conversation. And I'm like, bro. And then Junior's like, fucking cat people are weird. And I was like, that was a little weird.
Yeah.
You were definitely, he was doing something for you, and then just started randomly chasing his cat around the house.
Yep. The best part about it to me is imagining that it's this 6'4", 6'5" dude, behemoth of a man with tattoos everywhere, chasing around these fluffy ass cats, calling them his son and daughter.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh.
I loved that Junior with Walter too. The first, kind of the second time you met him when he came running down the stairs.
Just stop. We good?
We good.
Exactly how I act to my dogs when they're being crazy, though. So that's, I'm like, hey, are we friends? Good. All right.
I love it.
I also love that Lauren recognized both Allie and Josh.
That was freaking... I loved that too. I was surprised.
Like, Allie Oxenfree? And Allie was like, okay, you come with me. We need to have a conversation about how nobody in this room knows. Josh, it can be really hard for some people to deal with others who get people off. And Nick's like, what would you know?
Oh my god. That's funny. I don't even think I put that... My brain didn't even connect that part of it. The conversation.
Yeah, the conversation where Josh is like, are you sure you'd be okay with her continuing to do her sex work? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. It could be real hard. And I'm like, Josh, you're so fucking funny.
He's gonna out himself at some point.
I would think it would be so funny if Josh and Allie are like, oh, by the way, we do this, and everybody was just like, yeah, we know. Because Lauren's gonna show Junior at some point, and Tyler already knows. So it's like this big secret that Josh and Allie think they're keeping, and they're not.
Watch it come out at their wedding, too.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Be like one of the toasts.
Yes. Even though they think they're secret TikTok stars. That would be so funny.
That would be. I hope that we get to see more of these two in the next book, too. I mean, it seems like their relationship's finally going in a healthier direction. The amount of miscommunication was starting to get to me a little bit, but it was fine because it was only 300 pages, so...
I don't know if it was necessarily miscommunication as much as trying to keep her safe. and maybe that was why it didn't bother me so much. Like, he literally couldn't tell her. And then when he finally decided to tell her, he told her everything.
And maybe I shouldn't say miscommunication. More, I was annoyed by her attitude towards things through a couple different parts of it. I don't know. I do get it, because if I try and put myself in that position where a man was stalking me for over 10 years, I don't know how I'd feel. But there was just some times in there where I was like, okay, you need to step back and like take the victim blaming down a little bit.
I wish the bike talk part of it would have been a little bit more.
Me too.
Involved. I guess that would be the one thing that I wish there was more of, was more of the biker bad boy.
Yeah.
But I wanted him to be that, like, looks like a total badass, but is a little goofy, actually.
I know.
Those are my favorite bike talk TikTokers.
Mm-hmm. But, no, I only ever see one anymore. It's always the one that dances.
I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, all of my TikTok lives are a bunch of men in masks talking to the camera. And every time, I don't even watch them, I just scroll past. But I'm like, why is this a thing now?
Mine have been a lot of that since we read Lights Out as well. So I don't know why. It was back to back there for a while. Have you ever been scrolling on TikTok where you get like a string of lives and it's weird? Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of faded out for me a little bit, but
the other thing I get on TikTok all the time is this stupid, horrible acting, 10-minute long fucking videos, and they always draw me in. It's fucking horrible. It's the same fucking storyline with the same horrible acting, and every time, and usually because I'm watching TikTok while I work, and so I kind of just like scroll absentmindedly and work, type, and I'm listening, and then I'm like, oh, I've listened to this fucking video 400 times already, move on. And then it'll be that one, and it's so long that I'll be like working, and I'm like, what am I fucking watching right now? And then by that point, I'm committed to the story, and it's just not fair.
That's fucking funny. I have some 10-minute videos pop up, but I think that I have clicked not interested on so many of them that TikTok stopped showing them to me, because I hate them. Why? I don't understand why we needed a 10-minute video option. I think that's distasteful.
I liked TikTok when it was short form content.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more what they push out. Algorithm-wise is the short form content, but they only pay you for 60-second videos, which sucks.
Yep. I miss when it was more of the like musical shit, when people were doing funny videos and
like Vine-esque.
Yeah, when it was more like Vine back in like 2020.
Bring it back. Bring classic. Maybe Neptune will be more like that. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm still in their Discord. I don't know. I should really check on that, actually. See when they're supposed to release.
I know the Tome app is coming out. I'm super, super excited. The Tome app will be coming out. It's already out for Apple users, you fuckers. But it'll be coming out for Android. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Maddie. I know. It'll be coming out for Android soon. So I'm super excited for that.
Fuck yeah.
Because I currently use it as just like a Google app on my phone. Like the link straight to the website. But I don't get notifications that way. So I don't use it very often.
Right.
Because apparently I forget I have things if I don't get notified that I have them.
Me too. Me freaking too. Oh god, I was gonna say something. Once an episode.
Yep. Somewhere. One of us has got to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm. But no, I really enjoyed this book, and I think that everybody who is giving her such a hard time about it should take a step back and maybe reread it, because it was pretty freaking good. It's not as... Yeah. Like, I don't know, man.
It's not that deep.
Go get tied up or
do some exhibition play.
Yeah, you know, she talks about it in the book. You probably just need to get railed. We've all been there. It's okay. It happens.
This is a female hysteria, or maybe men. Who knows?
A little bit of both, maybe.
Are you ready? Are you excited for our next book?
I am. I was just double checking the author actually. So we will have a filler episode next week, but then for the following week for our next episode on a book, it is going to be Death Follows by Hannah Rachel. I don't actually know, or well, I know that at one point I knew what it was about, but I haven't
There's
looked.
a princess involved.
Yeah.
I briefly read the synopsis and then I hit order.
Yep.
She's a small indie author.
Novel.
So yes, dark fantasy romance. That's right. She's an indie author, so yay.
I'm excited for this one. I don't remember if this one was recommended to us or if we had ended up just finding that one on TikTok, but I remember being excited about it when I saw it, so I'm excited to read it now.
And I'm excited to be supportive of a smaller author. I mean, this one's pretty small. I think it's only got 25 reviews on it or something like that. So I'm excited to be able to read it, review it, and get it out in front of more people. So
yes, and we will make sure that by the next episode, we have her handles and things. I don't think that I don't know if she has social media. I'm assuming she does, but
she has a TikTok because I followed her on TikTok today, but I have no idea what her social media handle is.
Yeah. We'll get all that info and put it in on our website like normal, and then
yes, for sure.
So
well, thank you so much for joining. Please like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton.
And thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yes, thank you, and have a wonderful night.
See ya.